As Jesus approached Jericho, a blind man was sitting by the roadside begging. When he heard the crowd going by, he asked what was happening. They told him, "Jesus of Nazareth is passing by." He called out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Those who led the way rebuked him and told him to be quiet. But he shouted all the more, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus stopped and ordered the man to be brought to him. When he came near, Jesus asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" "Lord, I want to see," he replied. Jesus said to him, "Receive your sight. Your faith has healed you." Immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus, praising God. When all the people saw it, they also praised God. Today we travel to Jericho, but don't worry, we won't be marching around the city 7 times like Joshua. We pause at one event from Jesus' life, described in the Gospel according to St. Luke. There we meet a blind beggar, whose story is like an espresso on a warm sunny morning, or like a cup of the finest tea on a grey winter afternoon. This blind man in his physical world of darkness showed us what it means to have the clarity of inner vision, an internal third eye, if you will. His faith was so strong that not even the absence of Google Maps GPS could stop him from locating Jesus. And when he hears that the Messiah is approaching, he starts calling out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." People try to silence him, but he's like a telemarketer who's hard to get rid of. In this story, we see that the blind man not only had courage but audacity. His bravery in expressing his needs despite obstacles is a lesson. In our lives, we often encounter obstacles like those annoying, unsolicited pop-ups in a browser. It could be illness, personal difficulties, or spiritual numbness, making it hard for us to perceive God's presence in our lives. But this man's story reminds us that faith can be like the best antivirus, effective and reliable. It was through faith that this man was healed, and his story shows that Jesus can act in our lives too. He is ready to respond to our calling just as he responded to the call of the blind man. When Jesus hears the cry, he summons the needy one. In this way, he shows us an image of God who is more focused on us than we are on our smartphones. He asks him, "What do you want me to do for you?" This is also a question that Jesus directs to you. Is our response just as bold and clear? Through the faith and trust of the blind man, Jesus restores his sight. The man, having regained his sight, begins to praise God, and it was not a quiet thank you, but rather a celebration like scoring a goal in the World Cup final. Today's world wants to drown out our calling to God. It offers us substitutes, temptations, and glitz. It drives a nail into our hearts, and we don't know why it hurts, why we lose strength, hearing, and sight. I encourage you today to be like that stubborn man from the Gospel. Have the courage to express your faith and be open to God's action in your life. Let your faith be solid, strong, and reliable, regardless of obstacles. Let this story remind us that Jesus is always ready to hear our call and respond to our needs. Let it be an inspiration for deeper faith. With God's help, let's open our hearts. May God bless us in our daily pursuit of deeper faith and trust.